Hello guys, can you check this application out? When we say submit, it says straight type is required. Good. So when we click buyer and submit, it says straight type is buyer. Likewise, seller, straight type is seller. Likewise, and both, straight type is both. Good. Let's develop this using React hook form. If you want to type along with me, kindly install the following. 1. npm install Tailwindcss forms, and 2. npm install React hook form. Now a quick one with a Tailwindcss form. Let's go to Google and paste it there. Okay, and then go to the npm. Good. So we go down, and we've done the npm already. So we copy required. Okay, so copy that. Go to tailwind.config file and paste it there. So this is mine. So that is, I have a video with installing Tailwind with React. I'll link that in the description below. If you have issues installing React with Tailwind, I got you. So with all said and done, let's begin. Thank you very much. Let's begin by creating two folders in our SRC folder. Call the first one assets, then call the second one components. Good. Now let's take the first one, assets. Now in this project we have no spinners or images, so we leave it blank. Move to the second one, components. Create a file and call it radio app.js. Good. RAFCE. Instead of ordinary div, why don't we make it react.fragment? So we say react.fragment. Good. So inside that we can create our section. Then we now say a div and say hello. Let's link that to the app.js to view on the screen. So we go to app.js, then we call radio app, we import it. We say import radio app from where? From components. Okay, then yeah, so that is that. Let's check our screen and figure out hello on the screen. Go to our screen, receive it, got hello, means we're ready to go. Let's organize the screen since it's mobile first. Close this. Good, so we can begin now. So to begin, let's take the hello off and create a form. So we say form. Good. So inside the form, let's create our background div and say class name bg white, width let's give it auto, height let's give it 96, then what else, let's give it mx let's give 5, then what again, mt let's give it 20, then what again, rounded lg. Good, that is that. Ready with the background. Now let's look at the header. Now the header section, let's say header section. What do? Let's create a div. Inside the div, let's p tag, and we say validate radio input. Okay, let's give that a class name. So we say class name equals test for Excel. Let's make it test center. Then what else? Let's give font bold. Yeah, good. Now let's give it some height. So over here we give it class name and say height. Let's give it 26. 28 rather. Good. Let's make it center. So we say flex. Items center. Then justify center. Yeah, there's that. Let's give some shadow. Then let's give it what else? Let's make it uppercase. Okay, so we say uppercase, then there's that. Our header is ready. Now let's move to the body. So over here we can call our body section. So inside the body section, let's create a div to handle all the body. Then inside the body, what do we need? We need another div. Good. So inside this div, let's create 3 divs. Div and call it 1. Create, so here 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 is okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, 2. And the last one is going to be what? 3. So now let's take the one who's going to give us our select. So the 1 is select, 2 is our inputs, and 3 is our error. Okay, so let's give it a class name here and say grid and say justify center. Good. So that is that. Now let's take the first one, which is the trait type. Okay, so we say p, then we say select trait type. Okay, so we say class name test, let's give it to Excel. Then what else? Font bold. Then what else? So that is that. Let's come back to the input. Now you can give it some height. So over here we can say empty, let's say 10 for now. Good. That is that. Good. Let's take the second one, which is the input. So all the inputs here, let's take the first input, which is a div. Inside the div, we're going to have input type. Good. Let's give it a type. Type type, good, because what? Radio. Then we give it a value called what? Buyer. Then let's give it class name. Good. So inside the class name we call it what? Let's give it the width 6, then height 6. So the buyer, to let's give it some class name equals what? Test to Excel. Good. Let's flex it. So we use the div, then we say equals flex. Good. Let's give it item center. Good. Then what again? Some space, and so we say space. SPACE. Let's give it 3 or 2. Okay, let's go. Make it 2. Good. So that is that for the buyer. So we're gonna copy this 3 times. So this div. So we copy. So we do that for the. So we change this to seller. It's to seller. And last one is what? Both. Okay, so that is that. Let's flex all of them. So use the parent div, which is this. Then we give it a class name. class name here, we say flex, then give it some space, let's give it 8. Good. Then let's give some empty, let's give it 3. Good. So that is that. So the next one is the 3 is going to handle the error. So we can write here, let's say error section. Okay. So next, that is that. So next, let's move to our btn section. Okay, so the body section, the next one is the btn section. So we say btn section. So over here, let's create a div. So the div, we say get our input tag, yeah, input tab. Let's have the type is what, submit. Then what, then value equals what, submit. Good. Then what, then class name, let's give it width to fit, and height, let's give it 10. Let's give it what again, font bold. Then text what, white. Then bg going 500. What else? Let's make it rounded lg. Okay, so that is that. Let's center it. So we go to flex and say flex item center, and what, justify center. Then give it empty, let's give it 14. Good. Maybe too much, let's give it 12. Yeah, that's good. So that is that, guys. We're ready for validation. So to begin validation, let's go to React hook form. So we say React hook form. Good. Okay, then go to get started. We've done the npm already. So next is to import the use form. Do that. Then we make it bigger. Good. We import the use form. Good. Let's go back. Next is to import the, copy the handle events. So we say handle events. Paste that. Go to the next one, which is what, handle submit. Handle submit. Okay. Handle submit. Let's check it out. Yeah, we'll copy that. Then paste it. Good. So handle submit. It's console log. So let's make it alert. Let's to bracket what, JSON dot stringify to bracket data. Okay, so that is that. Now let's look at the onSubmit to on the form. So we come down to the onSubmit, copy the onSubmit on the form too, and we'll paste it. So on the form we have our onSubmit here. Paste it. Good. Like that. Now let's check our form out if it's working. We submit to see an empty data. Good. So we're ready to go. Now let's look at the sample event. We have the sample event here. So we copy this. copy that, good, and go paste it. So we come here, go after the class name, and paste it there. So example name is going to be our trade type. Trade type. Sorry. Type type. And it's true. So true, let's make it what? Trade type. Trade type is required. That's the message. Okay, so that is that. So we copy this for the others too. So we copy that to the next one, which is the seller. After the class name, we paste it there. Good. Then copy the same for the booth. Copy it and paste it there. So that is that. Now next to do is to handle the error. So we go good. So the error handling, let's check it. Let's copy that too. Copy the error sample. Then we go paste it. So over here, we take this off, paste it there. The name is errors.what. So you change it to trade type. So trade type. Okay. And span this field is well, let's make it dynamic. We'll take it off and say errors dot trade type dot what message. Okay, so that's that. Let's check it out. We go back to our screen. When we say submit, it says trade type is required. Good. Now let's make this trade type is required. Let's give it some class name. So we come to the span and say class name test SM. Then let's give it test red 500. As that, let's check it out again. Should we say submit? It says trade type is required. So that's that, guys. When we say buyer, it gives us trade type is buyer. So likewise, seller is going to give us the same. And both, you can see that. Right. So finally, let's make our app responsive. Then we say cheers. So to do that, let's make it. Let's go to the mother div. The mother div where we have the BG. So we continue and say at small screen, make the width full. Then at medium screen, make the width for fifth 4/5 for fifth. Then same medium screen, make the MX auto. Then at large screen, what do? Make the width to fifth. Then at large screen, make the MXY auto. So that is that. Let's check it out. So when we make it bigger, you can see, guys. So that is that, guys. Thank you so much for sticking through. Don't forget to do good. Catch you in the next one. Peace.